What's up, Buttercup? It's your girl, Tamika Hall here. You are locked into the Tamika Hall radio show. I'm hanging out with what's got to be my cousin, my sister, my best friend, all of those things. We are here live with Q Johnson, the brand surgeon herself. What's good? How you doing?
What's good? Hi, everybody. Look, I always say, any day on this side of the dirt is a wonderful day. So I'm excited to be here with you.
But that is so good. Now, first of all, Q, how old are you? Because that's an old saying, and you don't look like you would be saying that at all.
I am the great 38. I'll be 39 in August.
You are not 38.
Yeah, I was raised by thoroughbreds. So, I'm the last of that era where we had to be our butts in the house by the time those street lights came on.
Yes.
And we couldn't dart that door unless the house was clean, beds are made. So I'm an old soul still,
Yeah, well, yeah, that explains it. Because I'm trying to honestly, you look like you're in your 20s. You look like you're in your 20s.
I'll take it.
Yeah, so the big 4-0 June 4th, big 4-0 June 4th, and I finally
let's bust through the door. Yes.
Okay, listen, we are doing the thing. So we were just having some fun, just cutting up before we even jumped on live, and
yes,
I'm really excited to be able to really just dive in to everything that you do. I'm excited about the fact that you're fierce, you're fabulous. You are breaking down doors. You know that. Like I'm telling you, I'm only saying something that you already know.
Thank you.
So you actually started in branding, marketing, sales, customer service. You started at a very young age. You started at 16.
I did.
Yeah, you did. So, how did you fall in love with communications?
It was crazy because I just talk a lot. So
me too. See,
I came out the birth canal talking, probably. You know what I'm saying? So it just started from me talking a lot. I had a very interesting background. So, I come from two drug addicted parents. My mother is a 20-year recovering addict. You could never tell. Wow. But my dad was a drug addict and an alcoholic. So it was like, we can't win for losing here. And he unfortunately passed the disease. But God woke me up to some things like, yo, this is what I don't want you to be. So even though I'm taking you through all of these things, I need you to speak. But I need you to speak in the way that you use your voice where you're not cutting people and arguing and fighting with people, where you actually are making a difference. Now, let's be clear. It took me some time to find that voice.
Yeah.
But she found it.
Yes.
Yeah, and then working in retail was only befitting, and all my customers would be like, you need to be doing something in communications because like you selling me stuff that I don't need. And then you love talking to people, and one thing just led to another, and that's how the Purple Girl Show was born November 5th in 2012.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about the Purple Show. First of all, talk to us about the name.
Okay.
And folks, the Purple Show, it's your own radio broadcast. So talk to us about that.
Yeah. So the Purple Girl Show was birthed because, for one, purple is my favorite color. Prince is my favorite artist.
Hey.
And Purple Rain was my favorite movie. So, I only had to pay homage, of course, so the Purple Girl Show was birthed. And I wanted to focus the Purple Girl Show around empowerment before empowerment became a very loose term the way that it is now. So remember, this was back in 2012 when empowerment actually meant, am I there? I'm here. Yep, when empowerment actually meant something. And I interview every NBA player, their moms, reality stars, elected officials, advocates, anything that you can think of. They were on the Purple Girl Show because I wanted to show people that anything is possible. The Purple Girl Show started in my bedroom with a cell phone and computer, and I grew myself to over 30,000 listeners just off using Twitter alone back then.
Wow.
That was the only platform I was using. And in between breaks, I was helping my son with homework, making Kool-Aid and frying chicken. And
yes, girl.
And everyone thought that you would have thought that it was set up like terrestrial radio, but it was on Blog Talk. I created a rate card for myself. I had advertising spots, whether it was audio or print, and we was just getting it in. I'm basically doing what you're doing, but you're doing it on a much broader level. Like, but you taking it to a whole nother level.
But Q, I started on Blog Talk Radio.
Look at that.
I did back in 2009. And somebody had brought me onto their show to interview me about a book that I had written. I hated how they interviewed me. And I've just always been one of those people, if I don't like it, I'm like, I can do it better, but
Yeah,
and so I started on Blog Talk Radio.
yeah.
And the same way, now you were very humble about saying you grew it to 30,000 when you had 50,000 listeners on that show. Like,
yeah,
you had 50,000.
well, that was in the beginning. That was yeah. And then what happened was I actually partnered with the internet radio station in Chicago because I felt like I couldn't carry myself any further.
Gotcha.
I felt like, I need help at this point. I don't know what else to do. And then when I partnered with the local internet radio station, it went bananas. Like, it was crazy. The people I was interviewing, I was like, this is nuts. And I look back at it now like, wow, like, you have a very impressive resume. You
you even have commentary on TMZ and stuff like that.
Yes, yeah.
That's insane.
I was banned at one point. They had blocked me, but
Shut up. Okay,
I'm coming back.
Are you able to talk about that at all, or?
Oh yeah, no, it's totally fine. Actually, I would be the one that would always give them compliments, so they liked me, so they would always put me in. And it would be at the weirdest times. They would email like, "Can you comment on something, dude? I'm in the bathroom." Like, it would be at the weirdest, at the weirdest times. But it's funners though. I enjoy it.
Oh man, but they banned you, girl. Listen.
Yeah, they banned me, but I'm coming back.
But see, people gotta be ready though. So when talk to us about that before we even continue. So you're the brand surgeon. You talk about building brands and different things like that. How important is it to be ready that there's going to be some people that they're not going to like what you do? And how important is it to develop a thick skin with everything?
You know what? For those who don't like what you do, pray for them anyway. Once you realize and understand that you're not meant for everybody, it's okay. We can't save the world. As long as in God's eyes, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, to me, that's all that matters. And the ones that I am serving, because this is what we have to realize and understand. People think we just have businesses. You just have a business. You have a website, you have a logo and an LLC, and you think you in business. No, you have a name for a business.
Okay.
So to actually be in business, you have to serve people. I serve my clients, okay? I don't need you as a client. No. I need my clients, and I'm going to serve my clients. So it's very important that you understand that you have the mindset of serving when it comes to running your business, and understand that business is warfare, honey. It's a fight every single day. And knowing that I'm in war, I come with the full armor of God, and whoever wants it, you can get it.
Okay. I tell people all the time. I am a Christian. I'm a woman of God. I'm apologetic.
Yes.
But sometimes you you just have to get it a little bit.
And you have to understand that thickness is just not a saying, because until you are real life in it, because you could post, you can meme about it all day. You know what I'm saying? But until you real life in it, that's a whole nother different term of endearment, if you will.
But I love what you're talking about in terms of, serving, because when I understood that what I did was serve people, it's like God trusted me with even more in my hands.
Amen.
When you're talking about, I'm interviewing, I remember feeling like that too. Like, I'm getting opportunities to be on a radio station in Canada. Little girl from Little Ridgely, Maryland. What? Like, but once I even once I realized I was serving, God really exploded, and God said, okay, now I can give you a little bit more, because now you're understanding it's not about you. It's not about you.
And you have to believe that you're worthy of the position that he's putting you in.
Yeah. So how did you get there? How did you always feel worthy, or was there ever a moment where there was an epiphany that you were?
No, ma'am. It took me a very long time to find that place of worthiness. And I thank God for giving me the strength and the tenacity to step out on faith the way that I did to build my brand, because my brand is the fight in me. I had to fight for everything. And it's not easy. And I hate to sound like Oprah, I had to fight all my life. But it's a real,
I told y'all she my sister.
I'm trying to tell you, excuse me, I always had to fight, because remember, my backstory with my parents being on drugs, my grandmother raised me. So I wasn't even home with mom and dad. it would be weeks before I would see them. So I had to literally fight mentally. I had to fight spiritually and sometimes physically, because that was the only way that I felt that I was able to communicate, to get my point across, because I felt so misunderstood. But until that moment that I found out that I was chosen is when I say, hold up, wait a minute. Let us put some pimping in this. I'm God's child.
Yes.
Hold up. Now, wait a minute. Now I said, let me center myself with God and get on my face. And I got some great mentors and great coaches around me to help me catapult me to that next level, because you cannot do it alone.
Absolutely.
You need the word, and you need strong people around you that operate in the spirit as well. So be clear, because you know the devil dress up in Prada too.
It all day. And I mean, you're breaking some shackles. You're freeing some people right now that are tuned in, listening, whether they're watching the video, whether they're listening live, on the show. You're really setting some people free, because I understood, once I began to understand how God saw me, I didn't let people treat me any kind of way. You can't treat me any kind of way when I know how God sees me. And so that is so special. So you went from God already putting you on platforms to you decided to create platforms for other people. And you launched five, I don't know how you say it, either 529 or 529 Management.
529 Management.
Okay, 529 Management LLC. Talk to us about 529 Management.
529 West 58th Street is where it all started. And that was the home that I was born and raised in until my grandmother passed in 1997. So prior to that, my grandmother lived there a total of 30 years. So, I came in the mix of, the grow up. So 529 West 58th Street is where it all started. And I decided to name my company that because I wanted to show people that I could breathe life into a dead situation. Okay. So 529 is just not, okay, she has a company. No. My heart, soul, blood, sweat, and tears, and everything that I've learned and everything that I'm still learning, I put into that company, because like I said, it's not about me, it's about my clients, and I'm here to serve them. So I have the spirit of servitude. I believe in serving, because serving has gotten me a very long way. And then I look at the growth and the accomplishments and just the excitement and the empowerment and the force, because my clients is the force to be reckoned with, honey, when you work with 529 Management. And I love being that cheerleader behind them. And I say, God, I thank God for 529 West 58th Street. I couldn't have done it without that place. I couldn't have done it. And I wouldn't change anything in the world. Now, granted, my mom and daddy, they look cray, but I said, God, thank you. I wouldn't trade those. Kathy and Felix, thank you. I love you. I wouldn't trade my parents in for nothing in the world. I love them. I love them.
What are some of the services that you provide to your clients? Because somebody's probably like, look, I need 529 in my blood too.
Yeah, for sure. Our we have two main focuses that we love to focus on, which is brand development. If you're in the phase and you're just stuck and you don't know what you need to do, you have this awesome brand and you don't know how to launch, we help you launch. And when I say we help you launch, I actually grab you by the hand. We start from the root to the tutor. Some people just jump in and say, this all you need. No, it's a process to this. It's levels to this, as they say. And what people fail to realize, that it's a process to the process. And this is where we missed out at. And this is why a lot of brands and businesses fail within the first 5 years, because you just set to launch. So you think just because you launch today and say, I got something, you a millionaire tomorrow. No. No. You have to understand your brand. You have to understand your brand identity. You have to understand the message of your brand. It's components, it's levels to this. So we actually take you from the root and we grow you into that beautiful plant, flower, or tree, whatever it is that you consider yourself to be, to make you successful. That's what we do on the brand development side. And we also assist with rebranding. So if you just want a whole new brand image, you're ready to change some things, you're ready to upgrade and level up, we the people for you. And then we also assist with collaborations and partnerships as well. And we can also provide media placement as well.
That's beautiful. So when you're talking about collaborations, what do you mean in terms of connecting influencers to a person's brand, or what do you mean by the collaboration and the partnership?
Let me tell you what I love about the word influencer. We missed the
She had to clear her
macro
throat.
before that part. Yeah, I had to
Uh-huh.
clear my throat. We missed the macro before that part. It is a whole community of macro influencers out here that your girl is tapping into. Just because you see people with 30, 40 million followers, they don't even have 30, 40 cents. Trust me, they
That's the
they
truth.
be broke.
That's true.
And when you got to say it twice, it's real. They broke. So my goal is to collab dope brands with dope brands, and let's all be dope together.
Mm-hmm.
It's so many people out here being overlooked. It's crazy.
It is
Because
crazy.
everybody is so celebrity driven. Everybody is so bandwagon driven. Everybody is so what's hot driven. That's trifling.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
And it's only
Because
temporary.
it's hello, but dopeness, I make up words, lasts forever.
Yeah.
So that's what I love to do. I love to bring dope people together and let's collaborate or let's partner, because I have a really dope partnership. So and I'm grateful and I'm blessed for my partnership. Shout out to Her Treasures Boutique, celebrity stylist Stacey Emerson. Like, I couldn't have partnered with a better person for the Brand Surgeon t-shirt line. It only makes sense.
Well, because I wanted to talk to you about that. You have the Brand Surgeon t-shirt line.
Yeah.
I mean, so let's talk to us about that, because now you're taking everything that you do for everybody else, and now you're pushing your own stuff. So
yes, now the Brand Surgeon t-shirt line, we dropped the first t-shirt, and it is a call to action graphic tee. So on the graphic tee, it's called My Brand is Bae. And my goal is to get everybody to fall in love with their brands all over again. We forget our why and we give up. It's so easy to say forget it, because we look at other people on social media, or we look at the people around us, and it makes us feel terrible on the inside. But you don't think you're just as good as as great as the person who's succeeding? Why wouldn't you be?
Right.
So my goal is to get people to get back to the why. We're getting back to the basics. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to stick to the basics. Let's get back to the basics of why we fell in love with our brand in the first place. And that's what My Brand is Bae is about.
And so when you're saying that it's a whole conversation piece, I'm assuming, because I'm sitting here like, I'm about to buy one of those, because I'm assuming somebody would be like, well, what's your brand about? Right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Yeah,
I get that every time I wear it, and when I wear that shirt, it's a total conversation piece, and that's my ticket to gain another client.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm my own walking billboard.
And you know what? I think a lot of times, because my question to you is, what do you believe is brand suicide? Like, what do you feel like people participate in the most that is suicidal for their brand? And one of the things I think is that we forget that we are the walking billboard for our brand. We forget that because I personally don't believe it. I don't agree when people say, well, you can build a brand and nobody ever know who you are. In 2020 though, you think you can do that in 2020? When
that's impossible.
Right, people buy into you first, before. Yeah. So what do you think? Like, what do you think are some of the most egregious things that people do that is kind of committing brand suicide?
Number one, self-sabotage. You got to get out your own head.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I just be like, what are you thinking? What's going on up there? Hello, who's the little person upstairs? Does the elevator go all the way up to the top? What is going on here? It is a lot of self-sabotage, because society have us thinking that we all should be one way and one dimensional. And one thing about Q Johnson and one thing about her clients, you will not put us in a box. I don't do the box. Everything I do and how I operate is non-traditional and unconventional. I don't do what other people do. I don't want to be like the Joneses, because I don't know if y'all know, in 2020 they broke too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like, I don't want to be like any of those people. So I think self-sabotage is number one. Number two, when you're not authentic, because when you self-sabotage yourself, you become so unauthentic to where you're doing what other people are doing. And what people don't understand, a brand is built wholeheartedly off authenticity. Yes. So if you're not giving them the for real, because people can see when you full of fluff.
Come on.
They can see it. They can see it through a post. They can see it in pictures, and they can see that. So I feel that we have to be more authentic and being our true selves, because you is what sell your product or service. Mm-hmm. Because what you get now is what you get on and off. I'm the same person. There's no gray area with Q. People either like me or they don't,
Hello.
and I love them either way. And God
Yeah.
bless your ministry, whichever way you roll. You know, so hey.
And being authentic is the number one step, you know, it really is. And like
Mhm.
you said, that goes right back to what you said about feeling like you're worthy. It goes back to
Yes.
what you said about being in love with your brand. All of that stuff makes a difference when you're looking to be authentic. And just nowadays, people just, I don't care if you were selling tissue. People want to know
You
that
better be the best tissue wrapper seller person. You better sell that tissue like it's not on the shelves now. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Authenticity is definitely the key. It's definitely the key. So Q, how can people connect with you and work with you? Because I'm even finding myself like, yo, let's see how we can partner. So how can people connect with Q Johnson?
Yes. You guys can find me. I'm on Instagram at I am Q Johnson, and that's I am QUE Johnson. You guys could hit me up on my website, which is 529management.com. You can email me at connect at 529management.com, and then y'all keep replaying this awesome hello audio that we giving y'all, and give Miss Tamika these numbers.
Okay.
What's wrong with people?
Let's do
Give
that.
her these numbers.
I'm trying to tell you.
Let's increase her. Let's increase.
You.
Come on.
Bless
I
God.
see increase over you.
I bless him. I'm grateful for that. I love how God allows us all to blow up together. I love how he allows us to do that. I certainly do. You know, Q, you got my namesake. You know, my maiden name is Johnson. That's why I'm like, that's got to be my sister, best friend. We are family. We are family. All day strong, all day strong. Thank you so much for bringing your wisdom, because you dropped nuggets today.
Thank you.
You dropped some
Thank
nuggets.
you for having me.
I was excited to bring you on just to talk about, you know,
you.
I wanted to talk about what you do, but you dropped some nuggets. And I hope that people, those of you that are tuned in listening, I'm really hoping that you caught the nuggets, because even before you begin to work with Q, there are some things that you can put into place, like the part about being a servant, believing in yourself, trusting in yourself, being authentic. You dropped, it was a mini masterclass today. And so,
well, thank you.
Thank you for being gracious and giving that to us. Folks, I want you to keep it locked right here, the Tamika Hall Radio Show. We're going to be back right after this.